Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Building a Nation. It is many months later. We've had a huge off-camera period, lots and lots of bids for players. We've had a youth intake, we've had some games off camera, something happened in one of them games off camera, and yeah, let's get into things. I thought players that came through the youth intake automatically become homegrown by the club, so will be eligible for the under-21 rule. No, don't get me wrong, they are, but they're not able to be applied for the under-21 rule until they've been trained by the club for 3 years between the ages of 15 and 18. So if I put a 16-year-old in, they don't count as part of that quota because they've not been trained at the club for 3 years between the ages of 15 and 18. So once the player's 18, brilliant, but it means that there's no emphasis to actually play them before them because they don't count as part of that quota, which to me is a little bit suspect, and I feel like they should get rid of the 3 years between that bit age, because otherwise, yeah, it's not really encouraging me to play those players, and it sucks because I want to. I'll be a foreign player if you want. Matt Cristiano, welcome to the club. Can you play in goal? For anyone new, I usually just watch the first 15 minutes of the season review and find that really good. Yeah, so the season review, the way I structure it, for those of you that are kind of don't want to commit to something like that, the first section is essentially just me going through the player profiles like this, really quickly, just discussing some stuff. That way you could see everything. And then I do a brief overview of the league stats itself, where we go into the team detailed and player detailed stats for the league and see who was performing best overall across the league. It's only after that that we do a sort of half-an-hour segment with the really deep analysis stuff, basically, just in case you hadn't already sort of seen that sort of thing. The guy in the middle of the thumbnail for each episode kind of looks like CM Punk. Yeah, this is an interesting point, actually, because I don't know who the players are in the thumbnail. So what I found at the club, if you could let me know which players are actually in my thumbnails, that would be great to know. Some of the possession football we're playing is starting to get me wet in the pants. I mean, to be fair, it was. That was after that the Moran goal, and I'm not surprised, frankly. We scored another goal in today's off-camera games that I think is bloody phenomenal as well. Regan Booty has had no official role at the club. However, he is trying out new ideas for club mascots. An important fact. So far, he's danced around on the sidelines as a French maid, a disco ball, tough one to do, a pimp, a massive top hat, and a polar bear. I want to see the polar bear. Can we call him Wojtek? Coincidentally, the Neon Sunset Cruise was what Bruno Bridges booked for him and Rigo Booty immediately after their departure from Stockport County. Unfortunately, this turned out to be an early evening trawl through the seedier sections of Manchester, and after being spotted by a wandering paparazzi, they were forced to flee the country to a team in Poland who had suffered a similar fall from grace. The foray had died down. Now we know. Well, there we go. That would explain how Bruno actually got out here in the first place. In case anyone was wondering, this is the Neon Sunset Cruise thing I was referencing in that video. Still don't fully know what it is. Em just got it handed to her when she was in London a few weeks ago. So there you go. Right, no point in beating around the bush. We've had a couple of games off camera, and we've also got a youth intake to talk about, but we'll do the off-camera games first. So first up, away at Olympia Elbląg, and hey, another solid performance. A bit frustrating to concede a goal, but we did bloody well again. Mateusz Malik opened the scoreline for us in this one. Pichara's header was saved by the goalkeeper, but Malik was on the rebound, returning from injury to make it 1-0 and getting us off to a good start. We then added a second one in the 70th minute. The ball was put to the edge of the box where Pichara had a thunderous effort, and unfortunately they did get one back. Bit of a mess in the defence, and they were able to score a goal, but we hung on and got a deserved win in the end to push ourselves. I think we went 20 points clear or something. But then it happened, and right now you should be seeing on your screen the highlight of our first goal, because it takes a little while to build up to it, but it was another one of those goals where we just played the ball around for ages amongst ourselves until eventually releasing the ball onto the right hand side for Malik, and then he plays a wonderful little slide rule pass into Christian Piachara, who was able to slam it home for 1-0. It was just beautiful football yet again, and to see us take the lead against Radomiak in this game. You know, we've got that annoying 2-2 against them earlier this season where they got that horrible piece of goalkeeping benefited them in order to make us drop those points, which was frustrating as hell. To go in front against them again, it was just so satisfying. And then, I don't know what it is against this spot. Literally, we conceded 2 of those undefendable those free kicks, basically. Where no matter what you do, you will not be able to get your players to mark them. The players just seem to leave. I defend free kick training. I have that set up for every single game we play because it's the only way I can seem to control this. And even with the most of it, like even if you set them all to man mark, if you set them all to zonal, it doesn't matter what you do, they will just cluster at the back post. And if they hit that ball there, you're not doing anything about it. And this one, they just part like the Red Sea to give them the equalise, which was frustrating as hell. And then in the second half, it was the exact same crap. And they were able to score 2 indirect free kicks in this match and screw us out of points and, unfortunately, end our unbeaten run, which lasted 29 league matches and 20 in this season. We were unbeaten. To lose like that just pissed me off to no end, particularly as we'd scored such a wonderful goal in this game, and then to concede 2 goals of that kind of quality. Honestly, I think like 30% of the goals we've conceded this year have been these bloody free kicks like that where you just cannot defend them. It's so irritating, but what can you do? That's the unbeaten record gone now. We can at least concentrate on just smashing teams for the rest of the season. And that leaves the league looking like this. We're 17 points clear still, 16 clear of Grif, who I believe are our opponents today. So all is looking still fairly rosy for us. We just need to sort of finish off the season, really. At this point, we can still be we'll probably still get promoted with like 6 games to spare in the end, I would have to say. Piachara's still top scorer in the league with 14. Peltz has now got 6 assists too. He's really stepped it up this year. We're just looking fantastic. We have now lost, which is a shame, but it's good to get it over and done with. It's still one hell of a performance from us this year to be so dominant in this division. So this is the youth intake. We've still got it available. I did take a screenshot, but now we can actually see it properly. Putting some contract bids on these guys. It said Golden Generation, which in the past has meant nothing to me sometimes. So, it, you know, when I've had them as Stockport, sometimes it just like doesn't mean anything. I think they just seem to be random. However, a few sort of 5-star potentials here, which is better than we got last year. See what that means in relation, I don't really know. Nothing great on the current ability so far, which it doesn't expect that much from us. But I think there's definitely some usable players in here, which is nice. Winstall, I think this guy's definitely better. He's a good centre midfielder, but he is only 5'7" and has that fickle personality. Solid first touch, but there's not a lot else. I still think he'd be a decent player for someone someday, but maybe not us. The one I'm really excited about, though, is Alexander Yanovskiy. This guy looks better. He's 6 foot tall at the age of 15. 14 on his first touch. He's only 7 passing, which is my concern. Good vision. He's got a driven personality, which would explain the 16 bravery and 18 determination. Like, this lad, he is built for success. Reasonable physicals to start off with for a 15-year-old. Like, no glaring issues. His marking is a little bit on the low side, but everything else is pretty damn solid. I have a feeling someone like Alexander Yanovskiy could potentially be a midfielder for us future in this save, given the way that our youngsters have been progressing, frankly. We've had lots of bids for them over the Christmas period too, like a lot. To the point where I might have to start actually giving them new contracts and putting them in the team a little bit more, because some of them are improving up to like 2 or 3 stars now. It's brilliant. So we might have to move a few things around. I've been messing around with the idea of maybe using Barbas instead of Wisniewski, but I don't know. Wisniewski just seems to play better. As for everyone else, though, oh, Jan Peltz can't play, which means Zavzhikrai, unfortunately, is completely knackered too, which is not helpful for us at all. Mateus Santos, yeah, he's suffered the flu like 4 times over Christmas. This poor Brazilian lad, he's just not really adjusting to life in Poland, is he? Yeah, I'll bring back Kolbon in. Maslanka, Zubek, Kasalik, Yaksik, and of course, Tobias. We're literally set up perfectly to lose a second game in a row, aren't we? I just hate what happened in that last game. The way that we lost that is mental. But yeah, we were getting some serious bids. We actually had a bid of £50,000 for Konrad Kaslik. So that is a massive bid for our standards anyway. And a lot of our youngsters were getting sort of 10k bids. Jan Peltz had a bid. Zavzhikrai had a bid too. But there was a few players that you won't have heard of yet because they've not actually played for us yet. Fiarchuk actually did get a bid on him as well. So, and it was big teams in Poland too. It wasn't like smaller sides. This was like Ekstraklasa clubs that were putting bids in. Ball across. Oh, no. Oh, what a chance. We very nearly gave it to him there. There we go. Don't let him get that cross in. That is literally identical to the goal that they scored against us earlier this season. I'm not even joking. And now we trail 1-0 here as well. Sometimes it really just does take the most ridiculous thing to send you onto a poor run of form, doesn't it? Deflects back out. Ball in. Defenders are there. There's 2 of them on him, and he still managed to get above them and make it 1-0 to Grif. We also have another scout, which is helping with that a lot more. We're getting a lot more players brought into my inbox now, which is much, much better. So I can go after the other team's youth intakes a little bit more now. I genuinely can't believe that we might actually be on the verge of losing 2 in a row after going 29 matches unbeaten. It's classic FM, that, isn't it, really? Whatever the opposite of at the races is, we are the opposite of that today. We've just not turned up at all. To say we've looked off the pace in today's game is an understatement. This is easily the worst I've seen us play in like a year. Literally in like a year. This is awful. With the likes of Jan Peltz and Malek or whatever. But we've got no one there. Not Malek. Kluska. Oh, God. What on earth? Where was the right back? What? I don't understand what's going on. It's like the players are just completely forgetting to know how to play football. I don't get what's happening here. It's not like they caught us on the counter-attack here. There is absolutely zero reason why no one should be... Genuinely, where is he and why was he so far up the pitch when we didn't have the ball? That doesn't make any sense. I might actually replace the entire front, those 3, because it just ain't happening. I mean, we're still going to be miles clear, but it is just frustrating. Barbas and it's flicked over the bar. And maybe the fitness levels have just caught up with us, but it has not been our day. And we're suddenly going to go from being 29 matches unbeaten to back-to-back defeats. Because that is just classic. Look at this. Every time we win, we get near the ball, they've just got it back. Out wide for Maslanka. We really are missing players on that left-hand side. Ball across. Zamborovsky, he's gone for goal. We finally got a shot on target and comes from a 17-year-old. Then again, we are away at the second place club. Like, they're a good side. And with the injuries we've got at the moment, it just really hasn't helped. Thank God. I think we've done most of the good work in the early part of the season to the point where we don't have to be as good in this second half, just to get it over the line in the end, it would seem. But that being said, in the last match, we were still massively the better side and got screwed on those free kicks, but there we go, 2-0 to Grif. We've lost 2 games in a row, having gone 20 unbeaten from the start of the season. Because of course we have. Okay, and that's 2 straight matches now, which we conceded twice. It's... you just got to hold your hands up eventually. They were very good on the night. They were much the better side. But why have we suddenly turned to shit? I really shouldn't be complaining. Look at the record we've got. Look at the points lead. Anyway, next match. We're going to go do another match just to try and clear this up. Right then, we're back. And in other good news, Jan Peltz has managed to get himself injured again in training, so that's good. We're going to have to play again without a player in that position again. Oh my god. At least we're playing the bottom club, I guess. When it rains, it pours. Oh, and Santos got recalled. They recalled him. Yeah. It's not like he wasn't playing, but there you go. So, we really are lacking in this position. We've got anyone who's actually competent in that. I might have to look into the under 21s and under 18s here. Anybody at all that could do a job in that role. Adam Bloomer. Right, let's get Bloomer back. Middle of the park, Zavchikrai can come back in. That's better. Hopefully that will help a little bit. Bloomer, Wisniewski, Pechara, Malek, Zavchikrai, Kolbon, Maslanka, Zubek, Kaslik, Yaksik, and Tobiasz. Going to go with Zaborowski, Hebda, Kvantaliani, Barbas, Zemborovsky, Peltz, just because he might even be able to do a job later on in the game. But look at all this. Oh, he's actually on a booking nearly. And of course, Yaziak. To be fair, I can't think of a better team to play than these guys, given the situation we're currently in, having lost 2 on the bounce. Perfect team to play would be at home against the bottom side. Then, that being said, we lose this and I'll be furious. Let's just go out here, get the victory, just say no more, ignore the fact that we just lost 2 in a row, and just get some morale back straight away before it has a chance to drop too severely, because you know how quickly it can go. Just come, at home, bottom side, everything we need is right here on the table. Maybe they'll, I don't know, make 5 subs, or don't make 5 subs again. Maslanka's free kick again, over the bar. Lots of possession so far, just need to be a bit better. They're committing a lot of fouls and probably accumulating quite a few bookings so far, which might help us, but they might have to just ease off a bit, which could allow us to get through them. I think this is going to be one of those games where we're just going to have to slowly but surely try and break a team down. It's not going to be quite as open as it was against them last time. Malek, come on. Dig across out to the back post. Find Adam Bloomer. You know you want to. Bloomer! Yes! That's what we needed. Adam Bloomer, 1-0 Polonia. Thank goodness for that. We just need to hang on now, get a victory here, and steer the ship back in the right direction. Just trying to correct course after a tiny little blip in the year. Hey, maybe those will be our only 2 defeats of the season. If they are, I'd be very, very happy. It's just weird that we'd lost our heads. Maybe we should have started Bloomer in the last game. In fact, I can't believe I didn't. It's just, I need to bring him up into the full squad. Pechara. Good ball in. Headed away. Bloomer might fancy another one here. Oh, and Maslanka has that's actually our goal. 2-0. Right, that should wrap up the match in theory. As things stand, we'd only be 15 points clear of Grif, who are just starting to pull a bit of a gap, but we would go back to 18 points above the other teams in that position. It comes down here, deflected across, and Maslanka is the one in there with his first of the season. So yeah, we're back to where we wanted to be. We're only 5 games away from being able to win the league at this point, because it's 34 games. If we win it 6 games earlier, that's match day 28. Nice and relaxing now. 2-0 up at half-time. Dominant as you like. Just reminding ourselves that we actually are comfortably the best team in this league and we are going to win the Liga de Canter. Oh, he's going through himself. Zavchikrai, oh, he's put it in. It's 3-0. Wow, we have these lovely bursts of goals. Sebastian Zavchikrai now has 5 for the season. One thing that really has improved from him for me is his long-range shooting. Look at that, just bends one round a crowd of players. It's almost like a free kick. It's 3-0, we're cruising. I'm going to make a sub. I've got to bring off Malek and bring on Zaborowski because I want to give him some game time and just chances in the team. So this is what I mean, right? Zaborowski, he's a youth player that's come through our ranks, but because he's 18 and he doesn't technically count as... So stupid. Edge of the box for Zavchikrai again. Is he fancying a... No, Yaksik out wide. Can he dig one across? No. Zavchikrai picks it up and thunderous strike. Gonna get Barbas and Peltz on. Give Jan Peltz sort of 25 minutes. Well, very little's really happened in the second half since those substitutions. We've just kind of chilled and killed the game off. Barbas, unless he can pick someone out maybe. Zavchikrai could be that man. Oh, he loves a shot from there. Well, there we go. About as dominant as we could have been. And... oh, no, it's offside, I think. Anyway, 3-0 win against the bottom club. Comfortable performance, exactly what we needed right now. How has he got a yellow card for that? It doesn't matter. We're going to be 18 points clear now. 15 points clear of Grif. I'm all right with that. Righting the ship. I mean, we could have been on 63 points if we'd won both of those matches and been, I mean, what would that be? We'd be 24 points clear. We'd practically be tasting the title. I mean, we're still going to win it. We're 15 points above Grif and 18 points above the promotion spots. We're going to be champions this year, and we're going to go up and be promoted very soon. So that's very nice, and I'm going to make sure that we wrap up our promotion, hopefully, in the next episode. If we can get the right... Well, we might even do it before. I don't know, we'll see. Take us to that match day. If the gap between us and those teams stayed the same, it would take us to this match here. But the thing is, it could get extended if we actually do go on another good run. But we'll see. I'll have to play it by ear for you. So in theory, we're coming back for this one, but I might move it up one if it starts to look like we might win it slightly earlier, because we are going to win it, and that's bloody brilliant. It's a shame we couldn't do the unbeaten this, but at least we got a clean sheet and 3 goals to sort of make up for it today, start to get ourselves back on the right track. Anyway, if you've enjoyed that and you're looking forward to, well, next season, I suppose, then drop a like on the video. That would be fantastic, and I will join you guys in the next episode, and subscribe if you're new, for hopefully us winning promotion and then hopefully wrapping up the championship soon as well. That's going to be good fun. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.